Master Gardener Jerry Baker is here to answer these and other pithy questions this morning.
Watch your language.
He was also, you were in Cosmopolitan.
Yes, last month.
Centerfold?
Centerfold, and I wasn't ashamed, Mother. I was not ashamed.
All right.
Because there's a lot more to selecting plants than just picking them off the counter and bringing them home.
Yep.
Your selection of colors and a lot of things go into it, and I do that in the new book. But one of the things, I bring in plants into the house, whether they be from off of a shelf from somebody else or outdoors.
That's the time of the year, right?
Okay, now is the time. And first of all, don't bring any unusual bugs in to infest your other insects. So take paradichlorobenzene moth crystals. That's what those are, folks. Paradichlorobenzene.
That's all, just moth crystals.
Not naphtha, the other. Put it onto the soil of the plants that you're bringing inside. And what happens is the espers or vapors from that, the gas goes down your hair. That's the bugs dying. And it really, really works.
I die when I walk into a cedar closet with moths, with moth crystals.
Well, then you would know the bugs.
Thing.
The next thing I want you to do is take ordinary soap, your favorite liquid dish soap or any other soap, and simply take it and mix it into a sprayer or anything else, and to spray the soil with it like that on it. Now what happens?
Just a little liquid soap?
Little liquid soap. What happens is the bugs get diarrhea because they eat any of the roots, they get diarrhea, they run to the bug bathroom.
Jerry.
No, it's a truth.
Yuck.
Plants are like people. Now the next thing that we would do...
But you have yucky plants.
No, you don't.
You don't
Plants
know.
are nice and healthy.
Oh, okay.
This morning you used soap. Only use soap to remove surface tension. The next thing you do, cigarette butts.
All right.
Folks, cigarette butts are great. Because what for plants? See the nicotine that's trapped inside of them right there?
Right.
Well, by simply taking that and putting about 4 of those onto the soil like that, just dropping them on, the nicotine is released from these when I water it, and now you will paralyze the bugs, so now they limp to the bug bathroom. And then you take them off when company comes. Hey, the American public spends $7 billion a year. They waste 2/3 of it by doing simple things like that.
Moth crystals, water, soap and water, and cigarette butts.
Or chewing tobacco juice, all the same.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about feeding our plants. Once we get them inside, we got to feed them.
That's true. And folks, this is a formula.
Yeah, this is called Grandma Putt's Pioneer Plant Food. You can make it yourself, and this goes with the others. And there we will take 1 tablespoon of ordinary household ammonia. That's mainlining nitrogen. They're snorting it. Sorry, John. They snort that up right through their leaves and everything else, wakes them up. I would take and put 1 tablespoon of Epsom salts. EPS 1. That's
you would, but is this the thing to do?
Yes, because what happens, Epsom salts takes care of their feet. It increases root structure too. Plants' pots are their shoes, so their feet are the roots.
All right.
Well, I'm giving you a lesson.
You're going to think of my plants as human.
1 teaspoon of baking powder. Please notice, baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder. 1 teaspoon.
Ammonia, Epsom salts, and baking powder.
And last but not least, old saltpeter, folks. You have to go in the Army for this.
Really?
No, potassium nitrate known as saltpeter. You get it at any drugstore, and it would be 1 teaspoon of that goes in there.
Okay.
And that's a form of nitrogen, and you get it at pet stores, and you get it at drugstores, and no, it doesn't do what they say it did to carrots. Now you take and put 1 cup of this. This is in a gallon of water, remember?
Right, there are the ingredients there on the
and you take 1 cup of that and you put it into another gallon to feed your plants.
So it's 1 cup of this with a gallon of water
into your plants.
Okay,
now
so that's good.
Let's talk about feeding and watering our plants.
Let's do, Jerry.
They can pretty well take care of themselves. You can make, see, this is a piece of ordinary rope and it's wrapped in a piece of aluminum foil.
Right.
I would then pour the food into a cup or a jar or anything else, and I would take and I would put 1 end of this wick down into that food like that. Now
Let
the
it
other
soak
end,
up?
I will take and I will put it into a hole that I have already tapped.
I'll hold this. Go ahead.
This bends over. We'll do it the other way around.
Yeah.
I put it into the hole in the soil. The other end goes down into here and lays in here. And now what happens is the plant will drink and eat as it needs it.
You mean that's a better way than just pouring the food on the plant soil?
Especially because most people forget it, honey. They just simply, you know, they forget the plants are like people because they can't knock on the door and say, Mama, feed me.
How long does this take?
Well, it would depend on how dry your house was and how thirsty they were or how hungry.
Well, okay,
so every once in a while, refill it. Maybe for that plant,
you
probably
just
2 weeks.
Leave that there kind of permanently.
When company comes, you take it away.
Right, okay.
They're going to say, what's that clunky thing looking? All
right, Jerry, so it's for Grandma Putt's plant food, it's just Epsom salts, ammonia, baking powder, and saltpeter.
Yes. And funny,
Am I doing
folks,
this today?
What's funny is if you laugh, you'll remember my message. If you get mad, you forget it.
That's true.
That's how to keep your plants healthy and happy.
Jerry, you're terrific. Come
Thank
back
you.
and see
I
us.
love to.
You're
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, good ideas. Things you have around the house. That's what's important. You have to spend a ton of dough to get your plants.
And the name of the book is Healthy, Happy Houseplants.
Healthy, Happy Houseplants.